Hi, it's Andrew here, the Amazon expert, and we're having a look at something really interesting, the risk factors. Now, a lot of people don't actually do this when they start their business. They tend to just think, I think it will do, I think I can sell it, I hope that there is a market for it. And we all know about hope marketing. Hope marketing means that you never actually get anywhere. So you need to actually go in and assess things properly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through all of these here in a moment or two. But first of all, we're going to kick off with not doing your research. And where do you start? So what I've done is I've drilled down here a little bit so that you can have a proper look at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here. We're going to start at put the product barcode or title into Google. That is always a good thing to do at the very beginning, because Google is going to throw something up for you. So what you're going to be able to do is see who it is that's actually selling the product, who's dispatching it, the price, and obviously the delivery. And when you go into Google, you can also then start looking at review sites. Is there anybody writing reviews about the product? Again, use your barcode, use the title, use any other titles that you find for the same product or similar product if there is a white labeled version that is identical on the marketplace, and utilize those alongside the rest of the information that you're going to find to see and get that information. You need to be able to pull that in so that you can actually do something with it. And then you're going to put your search into Amazon, eBay, and any other platforms like maybe Etsy, maybe Pinterest, maybe not on the high street, depending on your product. And because I don't know what your product's going to be, you're going to have to be a little bit more precise than I am about the areas that you're going down. And then again, see what they come back with. But don't just look to see who is selling it. Look to see if there are any customer reviews, and have a look to see if there are any negative reviews which you could turn into a positive. It may be they're slow on shipping. It may be that it doesn't actually come with something and you could add that something to it. Maybe an electrical item, let's say it doesn't come with a plug, so you would put the plug in with it. You can do things then to change the product slightly and differentiate it, and either upsell it or alter the price accordingly. And then you want to check out the big retailers. Are there any of the big guys selling it, whether it's Walmart, Asda, Tesco's, or if it's some of the big DIY sheds, garden centres, places like that. Check out who else is selling it on the high street or in the shopping malls or in the big complexes, because you never know what they've got. But when they're selling it, if you find something in one of those big sheds, then what you want to do is have a look at how long they keep it on the shelf. Do they only keep it there as a seasonal product, which means they have it for 2 to 3 months and you can have it for the rest of the year? Or do they have it as an ongoing product so that it is always there? So what you might have to do is suffer a small drop in sales, perhaps during the time when they have it as a peak product, but you have 9 months sales of it when they don't have it. That can be very lucrative, and that can be another way of looking at things. And then you want to have a look like places like Alibaba, other places where you've got importers and import agents working on it. That again is a mine of information that you can dig into and have a look. Facebook is also a good place to see what people are saying about the product, so put it into Facebook, see if there are anybody making comments. And of course you can use other social media as well, but you can do that and find out if anybody's talking about it. Again, you're not so much looking for the good comments, you're looking for any negatives that you could turn into a positive by changing the product in some way, shape or form. And then you want to have a look at online forums, the trade and popular press, magazines, and see who's talking about it, if anybody in there. And what you're doing here is you're building up a picture of your product, and you're building up a picture of either the product that you're going to sell or the product that you're going to add value to differentiate it, to sell in a slightly different market and possibly create an upsell. When we say upsell, it means that you're adding some things to it and you're going to sell it at a higher price than anybody else. What a good idea. And one of the areas a lot of people overlook and never check is press releases, and normally the company press releases from the places that you're going to buy it from. So that is one area for you to start, and then obviously we need you to fill in a little form for each one of these so that you can actually put your thoughts down. And there is a spreadsheet that will come with this, and you will have that as a download slightly later on in the video. And here we're going to have a look at some demographics. Now what you need to be doing here is deciding which countries you're going to sell it in. Is it Europe? Is it America? Is it Southern Hemisphere? Or is it all of them? And then what areas? Are you town, country, rural, city locations? So you're going to drill it down and find where your target audience is. This is very useful then if you're going to use any form of paid advertising campaigns, because you can target those advertising campaigns into demographic areas. Then you're going to have a quick look at the population of the country and the area, and then you're going to drill it down to the locale if you are dealing in localized products. Then the age range. What is your target market? Is it the teenagers? Is it the 20s to 30s? 20s to 40s? 40s to 60s? 60s and above? What is your age range that you're targeting? And get that. Also, you're going to look at male, female, or both. And also then the income bracket. Are they top income earners, middle income earners, average income earners, or low income earners? Those are all questions that you can ask to find out. And then you're starting to build up an opportunity here. You're looking at your product, you're looking at who's selling it, where it's being sold. Now you're looking at who your customer base is. And it's starting to form a little pattern so as you can see who you're going to need to target. And then of course the other thing you need to do is have a quick look at things like the supply chain. And again, with all of these topics, we're going into them in greater detail later on, but let's just do the overview so as you've got it now. The supply chain. Now then, are you buying directly from the manufacturer, the cheapest part? Or are you buying them from an importer, a wholesaler, a distributor, a commissioned agent, an authorised dealer, a stock sourcer, a buying club, a co-op, cash and carry, or a retailer? Wherever you're buying these products from, the further you are away from the manufacturer, from this one here, the more you are going to pay, which means the higher price you've got to put on the product when you're selling it out to your customers. So that product is going to be quite highly priced if you're buying it from a cash and carry or a retailer, because they would have used some of these here to actually bring it in, and they're all wanting a little piece of the pie. So you need to understand where your supply chain is going to be when you buy the product. But as I said, all of these we're going to go into in greater detail during the actual module itself, and you will find out an awful lot more about it. But at least you can start now to think about your product or products in a way to where you're going to be selling them, who your target market is, and where you're going to be purchasing the actual product from. So how much money you can make. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Making some money, making a decent living and a decent life. So this is Andrew, the Amazon expert, signing off on this one, and I will see you on the next video.